Hello, and welcome back to Foundation, our medieval city building game. The game's almost done. We've done most of what we wanted to do. There is just one achievement pending, which is we need to have a building containing the Great Hall as part of this, and that means we need to get ourselves a Lord's Manor. Very well, rough weather's coming in, that's fine. So I guess we are going to have to build another Lord's Manor. Like, we could have this Lord's Manor. We could just have another Lord's Manor built here. I don't think that's much of an issue. I don't think that's like such a big thing. So let's just, how do I do that though? Can I connect this building to that? That's the question. Parts. Well, I mean, all the parts seem to be independent. So instead of having a Lord's Manor connected to that, okay, clear that. No. What? Clear. Yes. What? That's not working. But that's how we delete, right? We clear things, or we go here to delete, which we can't do. So we need to have at least the core, it says. Alright, so let's try this. Coming back from another game. Controls are a little janky. Like, I don't know what the controls are. So let's get just this, nothing else, and let's see if we can connect you to this. We can't, actually speaking. Let's start construction of this. Let's go in here, let's go to edit, and let's see if, how do I connect this to this? That's the question. Can I just build a wall and then call it a connection? Let me just do this, call it a day. Hi, what the hell just happened? Are you connected? Well, this doesn't have a Great Hall yet, so I guess that's why it's saying it's not connected. Let's buff up the volume a little bit, because it's been a long time since I played this game. So yeah, this is the last bit that we have to do. This is our fair city. Our city is doing really well. There is a little bit of issue we have with money. We have been losing money. It's not a lot of money that we are losing, just a little bit of money. I must say, this new monitor that I've gotten is really fantastic. Got myself a Samsung G7 Odyssey G7, I don't know, whatever that's called. But yeah, it's quite a monitor actually. It is really clear, crystal clear. It's really beautiful, and the colors just pops out. It's a 2K monitor, so you know, my computer is running a little hot. GPU is at like 80% because it's rendering everything in well, it's supposed to be 120 Hertz monitor. So yeah, things are snappy, things are clear, things are amazing, as opposed to my old monitor, which was actually a TV, and the LCD liquid started leaking, which was quite an inconvenience. But I mean, yeah, you never know how bad the quality is until you move to a proper gaming monitor, and then you realize that even in low settings, some of these games look stellar. They just look stellar. They look fantastic. So one way or another, this is going to be the last episode of Foundation. I am really bummed that we are ending it on an odd number, but there is not much else we can do in this game. We can get the economics up and running again, but I mean, come on, that's about it. We can't do anything else. So one of the questions which I have is my envoys will come to my Great Hall, which means if I remove the Great Hall from here and put it there, they will be coming over there, which kind of looks bad. But the Great Hall is here on the inside, so I mean, I don't understand for the gatehouse why they had the fulfilling situation or fulfilling condition as have it connected to a building that has the Great Hall. It kind of doesn't, I don't know, doesn't sit well, doesn't make sense to me, because what the hell, man. We can pull this in further actually. Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense. A Great Hall is supposed to be inside the city, it's not supposed to be outside on the wall. It's called the Great Hall, it's not called the Great Wall. So it doesn't make a lot of sense as to why that is a condition that we need to fulfill. But I guess, you know, this is one of those things that has to change or will change at some point of time. Maybe it's just a proximity thing. Maybe the Great Hall just has to be close to it. Maybe the Great Hall doesn't have to be on it. Or whatever. I don't know. We will see. We shall see. Right, so let's have a quick gander at our little city over here while this gets completed. It's not a high maintenance building, it doesn't require a lot. So we have this. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? Because, well, in the rain we can revisit what all we did and how we played this game of a massive 60 plus episodes. It's simply beautiful. So we began over here, and I remember those initial days where we were completely bogged down by which one little segment we would choose to expand into. Oh, the Great Hall is complete. I mean, the Lord's Manor is complete. So let's jump in here. Do you fulfill the conditions? You don't. So let's go in here, parts. Let's assign this. We can't. So I'm what did it say? Okay, so we need to go here, unassign the Great Hall from here, I guess. So let's call this a treasury, and let's make this the, why is that not working? Let's make this the Great Hall. And now are you connected? You are still not. Must be part of the building containing the Great Hall. Huh. How do I do that then? Can we not do it at all? I guess it's not implemented, so that's why. Alright, so which means we are going to start construction of what? Right, this is going to be completely useless, so I am going to delete you. I am going to delete you. How do we delete the wall? Can we not delete the wall? Control left click. Control left click. Alright, that's fine. So let's go back here and make you the Great Wall again. Great Hall. Sorry, make you the Great Hall and go into edit, and that is still pointed there. That's fine. Right, so coming back to putting the finishing touches on this game, we started off here, and those initial few days we were worried about where we were going to expand, and we expanded down here, I guess. Yes, we did expand down there, I remember, because we built up this initial cluster of houses. This was our first cluster of houses, and we had like a forest here, so we built this over here, and this was our first church which came up. And I don't recall if there were houses here or not, but this was pretty much the industrial area which we started building up. So we were clearing all the trees left, right and center, because that was the mission we were on. The previous playthrough that we did, which was I don't recall the map. I think it was called the Valley map that my brother hated. He hated watching me play that. But yeah, on the Valley map we were basically, we didn't have any rivers, so the point of this game was to get rivers and to get bridges. So we eventually managed that, but we didn't expand in here initially. We had a lot of wheat farms over here, believe it or not, so there was all wheat manufacturing here. The only remnant of that right now is this. It's actually these two buildings. It's the granary, and not the granary, it's the bakery and the windmill. So these are the only two remnants. So once this was done, we expanded slowly and we started getting marble over here. We needed marble because we wanted to build something. I recall we wanted to build this monument, for which we needed marble and gold. But at that point we didn't realize that we needed gold, or at least I didn't, because I was a dumbass. So I thought we just need marble, so we started getting marble here, and then it was on for the search for gold. And once we got the marble here, we constructed that, and then this city slowly blossomed. So we kind of kept this forest without actually cutting it down, and we cut down a lot of forests around it, but this we eventually converted into boar hunting. So that happened later on. So then we built these houses here, we built this little market. So we had these houses and this market, that's all. And then we built this church. So this was the biggest church that we built. By the time we built this church, I recall we had just one church here, or maybe we had one church here and one church here. But anyway, that was how it was. Then we went through a lot of turbulent times, with happiness being really low and food stocks being really low. So we started getting a lot of clothes made here, and we started expanding and having our wheat farms here, and wheat farms here actually helped us a lot. And then we expanded into Berry Town, which basically just exploded our food stores. To this day, berries are one of our most... Oh, there's a monk. What do you want, man? I've got everything. You ask me for it, I'll give it to you. Want planks? Take it, sure. So what we did was we started getting all of these berries, and that really changed the game for us. So for a long time this was just a bunch of thatched roof houses, until we got this marketplace going, and that basically made things really awesome over there. Do we have cash? We do have cash. So if I can get as many people as possible promoted, they would actually have a lot more fun eating my stuff or buying my stuff. And we don't have a lot of cash, we have a little bit of cash. So yeah, that was the story of Berry Town, which eventually gave us this church. But before we got this church, we started emptying this island, and we started emptying this island, but then we found gold, so we crossed over and we started mining the gold here. And it turned out that it would have been a good option for us to get this island populated first, so we started getting this island populated. So we had this central park kind of structure done, just a bunch of trees, some arches, and two sheep staring at each other, or rather staring at a well. That was what we did. And then eventually we got this marketplace, which was beautiful. This marketplace is just beautiful. I just love it. So we got that marketplace, and then we got the church of Bigly Length, and these houses started popping up here pretty soon, and they started becoming stone houses pretty soon, which was good. So then we jumped in here. We got one more church here because we needed the church, and we moved a monument which we had over here to here because this monument had to be on the seaside for us to get the bonus. So that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make like total sense or anything, but it makes a little bit of sense that this monument has to be on the sea. That's fine, that's acceptable. So we did that, and then once that was complete, we started building up. By then, I mean, naturally this was happening. This entire area was getting populated. There was a lot of requests for housing, so we kind of walled this off. And every time we wall things like this off, we actually get a bonus to our residential. So I kind of like these hedges, these row hedges over here. There's one over here as well. So this was mainly built so that we can protect our houses here from the adverse effects of having all these industrial buildings over here. Of course, this church is like completely wasted right now, but before it was a good idea to drop a church down there. And then we got all of our industrial areas here, which kept expanding over here. And then our farms expanded, and then more housing came up. We had housing here because a bunch of people were too picky. They were like, no, I want to have a house here, you have to give me a house here. So he said, okay fine, take your house and go. I've cleared the forest a little bit. This church looks much better. So yeah, those houses came up there. We got a bunch more sheep here because we started to distribute our wool manufacturing and our clothes manufacturing. That actually lightened our load a lot, because before that our load was pretty bad. Seems like our trade has stabilized. Has it? It hasn't. Alright. Not trade. Seems like our economy has stabilized. It hasn't actually. So once all of this was done, we were struggling with finding where we could get gold and gems and jewelry, and turns out we can't get gems on this map because it's just a matter of luck, and our luck wasn't good to us, so we never got gems. But we do have stone quarrying going on here, which is good. We have untouched gold mine here. We have an couple of untouched quarries all over here. We've got this gold though, so we started importing jewelry and then importing gems and started making jewelry. And yeah, so this island developed, everything was done. So we needed to build a couple of more things. So we decided to build ourselves a monastery here, and started exporting honey. We built the Starship Church over here, a bunch more houses over here, and then this was our great white flood, as I would like to call it, which is basically milking of cows. And then we built our new barracks here. Initially we had it's called a keep, right? Yeah, initially we had our keep here. I reckon before we had our keep here, we had some sort of a keep structure over here, I think, or here was it, and that was too restrictive, so we moved the keep over here. And this keep was plagued with all of these problems of people not being able to enter, people not knowing where the door was. So we eventually moved that keep over here, and here every single block of the keep has a door. I'm like, take all the doors you want, just don't have trouble going in. And then of course we had the tavern over here, which had a big area over here which had hops growing, so we moved all the hop production over here. All of this happened at a much later stage. In the middle we kept making things pretty, we kept adjusting some things, we kept trying to get more people to come in. Our first landmark was to reach 500, which we did. Then our next landmark was to get all the masterpieces, which we did. We have I think this is called the fountain masterpiece or something. Then we got this, which is the ugly bird call masterpiece, as I'd like to call it. They call it the automaton of amazingly horrible noises or something like that. And then we had the knight statue, which we got much later. In the meantime, we actually got ourselves a golden cross, which, by the way, I was watching an episode of the Grand Tour, and James May in that describes a cross called the Goen cross, the Goen golden cross or something. and he describes exactly this cross. So I don't know if this is the exact same cross or not, but I really like the the murals on this. Speaking of murals, one of the best masterpieces we got was the stained glass masterpiece, especially this one. I really love this baby god, baby son of God and Virgin Mother. I don't know, probably is because there's a cross over here. So, and yeah, the last masterpiece that we got was a gateway masterpiece. Unfortunately, I don't know how to reach the condition for this, which means that achievement remains locked. We cannot achieve that achievement yet, just because we are not able to fulfill the conditions, and I have no clue on how to fulfill the conditions. So that, and there is a hidden achievement which we haven't seen because I don't know. I mean, I've basically, the only list that we haven't exhausted in the list of things which we wanted to do was go to war, and that I think like clear this entire military campaign list, and I don't think that's going to happen because the list just keeps growing and growing and growing, and seems like all of it is randomly generated. Doesn't seem like there is an exhaustive list, so it doesn't seem like we should exhaust it or even try to exhaust it, because that would just be moot. Another thing I'm curious about is all the algae which is growing. So far I have not been able to send what's her name, Hildegard, right? Wait, who's my bailiff now? Why can't I see the bailiff? Oh, Gradation. Oh, Hildegard changed? I don't know. Anyway, so Gradation is not able to go out and find any gems for us. I was really hoping that this moss would grow, because it seems like the moss is growing, doesn't it? Seems like it's growing. So I wanted the moss to grow, and then she'd come and pull the moss down, and voila, surprise, surprise, there'll be like some new resource over there, but that doesn't seem to be the way it's working. So we have a boar hunting area here, we have a protected forest over here just for this gold encrusted yada yada yada. We have a bunch of gathering places for berries, planks, sure. So we have a lot of gathering places for berries. We have this huge area which we reforested because we want to keep running this furnace over here. Where is that? Where is here? We want to keep making the coal, so we built this forest over here, which is still not like, this forest is still like the main forest which produces most of our wood. But yeah, there is another huge forest over here at this extremity. So if we were to keep playing, like if there were more milestones for us to cross, and we decided that we were going to play this game for another 40 something episodes until it reached like 100 episodes, then this would become a major wood producing area for us. But I don't see much of a point in doing that, because as you can see, most of the map is actually uncovered already. The areas over here which we haven't uncovered, it's kind of like there's nothing interesting there. But having a look at it again, seems like, excuse me, that was a yawn. Seems like there are huge tracts of land which have the potential of getting built into. But the point is, nothing is pushing me at this point. I really do wish that there was something else that was pushing me, because I love this game. This game is fantastic. This game is beautiful. This game is awesome to play. We made a profit, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, seems like we were 100 short of it. But trade is good. I mean, trade is a legitimate way of earning money. So it's not like domestic has to earn all the money for us. Trade earns money. I have no issues. So yeah, there's nothing pushing me towards it. The game is still being developed. They are dropping changes. I am not sure if it's still in alpha or if the actual full game has been released. I am pumped to see the UI UX changes, because the UI UX changes look amazing. and also I am pumped to see some more of these mechanics come out. The game, I mean, to me, if somebody sold this to me as a completed game for the price point that this game is being offered at, I would buy it without a second thought, because this is such a relaxing game. This is such a nice game. You don't have to micromanage anything. This is the perfect game for you after you have a shitty day in the office and you want to come home and you want to make something, you want to see it grow, and you want to enjoy. It's not, it's, there's very little micromanagement, and the game just runs on its own, and you just have to give it a nudge in the right direction. So those are really nice things. Of course, you know, if you sit down and start playing this seriously, you might get frustrated at how much you can't do, at how much you would want to do. Like, you would probably compare this to a game like City Skylines, and you would wonder why we don't have district wide policies and stuff like that. But you know, the game is, to me, the game is flawless. At least to me, this is one of the most perfect games that I've played in a very, very long time. And yeah, I hope they keep going on doing this. Probably a couple of more disasters might be good. We just have rain. If they bring in seasons, that would be nice. Oh nice, they're building houses here. Why are they building more houses? Are they upgrading? No, this dude isn't upgrading. Did I have an influx of people? No, I don't know. Eyelidless people just decided that they were going to do something, but it's okay. This place is getting populated. That's nice. I mean, just to see it become thickly populated, I'm not, this place got populated long back, and it's still lightly populated, light density. So we did get a couple of churches, which is interesting. So the way this entire church looks, it's very fascinating. So if we could have architecture types on our buildings, that would be nice. The trading system, if it becomes better, it would be nice. But some of these new things that they added are a very nice touch. Like, this is amazing. This is just brilliant. I just love this monument. It's one of the best monuments that I've seen, and this game is beautiful. Hats off to the designers, hats off to the people who made the game. I really love this game, and I am really looking forward to see what else they have up their sleeve. So thank you for watching. This is the last episode of this entire series. For all those of you who've stayed from the first, thank you for your support. Love you guys. This has been a very, very enjoyable experience for me. And yeah, do like and subscribe if you like the content I'm putting outside. Do comment if you think anything is comment worthy. And I'll catch you with another playthrough. Right now I'm playing Workers and Resources, which is a very interesting game. So if any of you are interested, you should tune into that. And yeah, I guess take care now. Bye bye then.